Good evening. Hope I am audible. Okay. So today we are going to discuss about the GATE 2025 ECE, how to get top rank in next 100 days. So time is very short, that we understand. Okay, within this time how to maximize your rank, that plan we will discuss today, right? So first let me understand about the courses, the subject that we need to cover to get a good rank. So what are the subjects? The subjects, the total subjects, there are 8 subjects. It's a lengthy list. Circuit theory, analog electronics, digital electronics, control system, EM theory, signal systems, analog and digital communication, semiconductor physics, okay, or electronic devices. So these are all subjects. It is included in ECE syllabus. So out of this, which subject we will prefer and which subject we can avoid? That is the one question. So in this discussion, we will discuss all the thing in detailed way. So first let us know that what are the marks or number of questions coming from each subject in general. That we will try to understand first. So next one, you can see that in the circuit theory part, these 4 to 6 questions it is coming. Whereas, so you can see this one, analog electronics 6 to 8 questions, digital electronics 5 to 6 questions. But these questions are, I am saying that in every year it is not same. Some year you may get more question from control system. In some year you may get more question from analog electronics. So it is not fixed. But more or less you are getting this kind of pattern. Okay. So circuit theory 4 to 6 question, analog electronics 6 to 8, digital electronics again 5 to 6, control system 4 to 6, EM theory 4 to 6, signals and systems 6 to 7. Okay, analog communication 5 to 7 questions, and semiconductor physics or devices 2 to 3 questions. I am not considering maths. Maths part will be discussed later separately. Okay, so out of these questions, which subject you will feel most difficult? Can you reply? And which subject you feel most comfortable to solve more questions on those topics? So anyone can please can comment on this one. So these are the top subjects that we are going to understand, and from this subject, which topic we will consider, that also we will discuss in detail. So if you give some idea about that one, which subject you will prefer and which subject you will face more difficulty, then it will be good for me to discuss better. Okay. Anyway, we can proceed. So if you have some suggestions, you can write in comments. Okay. So first one. So here you can see that all the subjects, they are having almost similar questions. Okay. So first you should consider that what is your aim, how much you are expecting for your GATE exams, and what is your present status. Depending on that, you can take a call. Okay. So if you are thinking that, okay, my rank would be within 200 or 300, then I am expecting that you are having good knowledge about, some knowledge about these subjects. And if you are expecting that, okay, my rank would be around 500 or 600, I have little knowledge about some topics, then we can focus on those topics where you are most comfortable. Okay, so according to me, it's good. So easy is here for digital electronics, and from digital electronics at least 4 to 5 questions you will be getting. So you should focus on digital electronics. You should not miss any question from digital electronics. If you feel digital electronics is easy for you, okay, that is one thing. And circuit theory, if you feel difficult, it will be a little bit tough thing, because if you don't understand circuit theory well, then analog electronics will be also difficult for you, that I am guessing. Okay, and so you will be missing these two together, circuit theory as well as analog electronics. Okay, so still time is there. I'll suggest you that you should get some confidence on circuit theory. And in my channel, we have discussed lots of videos in the circuit theory. So are you following my channels? Circuit theory is one of the important subject that you can't miss, because here you will be getting lots of problems, 5 to 6 problems you will be getting, and those could be solved. Okay, so I'll be giving you some hints how to prepare those things. I'll be making more videos on circuit theory, but already I have uploaded lots of videos on circuit theory. Okay, so this is one important thing. But digital electronics, of course, students are feeling comfortable on digital electronics, but one thing is that the problems coming from digital electronics, those are not that much easy. Okay, so be careful about these things. So whether you are able to solve the problems, get problems from digital electronics or not, right? So this is one important area. So now I'll be discussing all the things one by one and the topics that you need to focus on. So first one is circuit theory, right? This circuit theory, you can see that the syllabus is not that much wide. It's not a wide syllabus. It's a very compact syllabus. Just you need to understand some node and mesh analysis, KCL, KVL. Okay. And you need to understand superposition principles and how to use source conversion. That is not written here, but most important concept is source conversion. You should not forget that thing. So source conversion, superposition principle, Thevenin theorem, Norton theorem, and reciprocity theorem is something is there that you can avoid also. So about network, so these are the most important part that you should focus on. This thing, first you need to understand KCL and how to use KVL, these two. Once you will know these two, try to get the source conversion or source transformation. Okay, means voltage source to current source to voltage source, if you want to convert, and you will see that many problems could be solved using just source conversion. And then next technique will be superposition principle. This is also very useful concept. So in circuit theory, one circuit will be given, you need to analyze it, but they will not ask you anything that okay, you can use any one method. So it is up to you. You can use any method. You can use node analysis, you can use mesh analysis, you can use superposition principle, source conversion, anything. But for circuit, one method will maybe best one. Okay, if you can choose that method, quickly you can solve it. So how to find that thing? For that, sufficient knowledge is required. So in my channel, lots of videos we have already added. I'll advise you to go through all the things. okay, those relevant videos at least, not all, some of those things, because here just only 100 days are there. You won't have sufficient time to go through all the videos. So don't go through all the videos. Just quickly go through few videos regarding these topics: KCL, KVL, source conversion, superposition principle, and Thevenin. Okay, this is very, very important, because mostly we are getting Thevenin parameters and with dependent source. This is also important. So how to handle dependent sources? That tricks you need to understand, right? So these are the important concepts that I am saying. Okay, and next one you can go for. So once it is clear, this page is clear, then you can go for the next one, RC RLC circuit. Okay, and from this part also you will be getting lots of problems, and these problems are not all time very difficult. Okay, but at least you will be getting 2 to 3 problems, either with RLC or RCRL with diode, RCRL with op-amps, or RCRL with transistors. So in several way, in a combination way, you will be getting RCRL circuit. So if you have a good concept on inductance, capacitance, and RC circuit, RL circuit, okay, the time constant, mostly the time constant, how to calculate the voltage across the capacitor, how to calculate the inductor current. So these are the primary concept on RC/RL circuit. Their transient part, two things. One is transient and second one is steady state. In transient part, after switching, what will be the voltage across capacitor, what will be current through the capacitor, these kind of questions are coming. So it's a switching circuit, one network is given, so switch is moved from one point to another point. So that time what will be the current or voltage or derivative of current, derivative of voltage, those kind of problems are regularly coming. So these are not difficult, we will be adding lots of problem in this area, so keep watching and try to go through all the videos. So these are not very tough things, okay? I hope this will be useful to you. Now next question is this one, analog electronics. The analog electronics part, this part is also very useful. 6 to 8 questions are coming all together, okay? But once the circuit theory part is clear to you, then only you will be able to handle this topic. If circuit theory, you are not comfortable with circuit theory, then this part will be difficult for you, okay? So first, circuit theory. You should start with circuit theory. Still time is there, 100 days are there. Spend some days, at least 10 days you can spend on circuit theory, okay? I am saying that 10 days at least you can spend for circuit theory. This is required. You should not avoid these things, because if you are not comfortable with circuit theory, you can't do anything in analog electronics, okay? And already whatever I have said, that those topics, focus on those topics, it is sufficient for that, right? Now next question is, if you can handle RC circuit, RL circuit, all the things, then next this part you should focus on, because most of the time we are getting easy questions from this area, op-amp circuits, okay? So op-amp circuit is the most important area. There you need to understand how op-amp works, especially inverting mode or non-inverting mode. So inverting amplifier and non-inverting amplifier. Then summing amplifier and subtractor circuit. These few things, if you understand well, or different summers and differentiator, okay, this thing also, difference amplifier, that also you can see, and then integrator, differentiator, these two. So these are the very easy topics, you can handle it. So you should understand how to calculate the gain for the inverting amplifier, that you know minus RF by R1 is the gain, and for this non-inverting things 1 plus RF by R1. Okay, so if you understand these two things simple way, and what is the meaning for this virtually connected and high input impedance, so go through my video. So one introductory video is there that I have made in my channel. If you go through only one video, your idea will be clear. You will be able to solve many problems from op-amp circuit. Okay, so op-amp is the most important part. So if you understand these topics, you will be able to solve many problems. Okay, and then coming question is that active filters. So active filtered problems are very easy. So from here you need to identify what kind of filter it is, whether it is a low pass filter. Just type, just looking at the figures we can understand what type of filter it is. Okay, suppose like that, if I consider this is one op-amp, this is grounded, and if I consider this is capacitor and this is this one, okay, and suppose if I include one more resistance here, and then here one more capacitor, and then voltage source. Okay, these kind of circuits are given, and just question is asked that what is the type of the filter. So just looking at the figures, you can understand whether it's a low pass filter, high pass filter, or band pass filter. So it's not very difficult thing. So if you go through only one video, I will make one video dedicated for these active filters. Just wait for that. Okay, so first you should start with passive filters. Then we'll design the active filters using op-amp. And I'll show you that how quickly we can identify the active filters. So 1 marks easily you will be getting just identifying active filters. Next one is with positive feedback. So this mid-trigger circuit is little bit tricky, it's little bit difficult, but I have made one video, a detailed video on mid-trigger circuit. So if you go through this mid-trigger circuit, your idea will be clear, and you will be able to get everything, how to find upper threshold, how to find lower threshold, and what the hysteresis voltage gap, everything. It's not very difficult. Okay, but you should understand that mid-trigger circuit is using positive feedback, and there you will be getting either Vsat or minus Vsat potential, that I have discussed in detail. And oscillator circuit, it's also not very difficult. Okay, you need to calculate the frequency of oscillation or resonance frequency. So this omega naught, generally they are asking that what is the frequency of oscillation for the circuit. So few oscillators are there, Owen bridge oscillator, Hartley-Caulfield oscillators, or that kind of things, very tuned filters. So these are not very tough things. So I'll be discussing all the things in one video or two few videos. So that also you can focus on. So my advice is that first focus on operational circuit and mid-trigger oscillator. It will take less time for you. And then you can go for the diode circuit. Diode circuit, the clipper, clamper, and rectifier. These are not very difficult, but questions are coming sometimes difficult. Difficult questions are coming. Okay, especially the clamper circuit or clipper circuit. Okay, but I have made few videos on clipper and clamper circuit. Live lectures I made it. I had taken last year. So please go through 1 or 2 videos. you will be getting these things clearly. Then next part is BJT. And if you have not gone through yet the MOSFET so far, if you are not comfortable with MOSFET, then I'll advise you, don't go for MOSFET right now, because it will be taking a lot of time to get the exact knowledge on MOSFET. And if you have certain knowledge on BJT, then try to strengthen this knowledge, BJT. Because from BJT also will be getting some questions. So BJT biasing, from biasing only you will be getting few questions. Very recently I have made one video on BJT biasing. I have discussed few problems on BJT biasing circuit, but that video I have made for the channel members. So I'll advise you, you can join to my channel members. Regularly I'll be uploading lots of videos focused to GATE exams. Okay, I'll make sure that you will get certain knowledge and your preparation will be sufficient if you follow my lectures regularly. That is 100% sure. Okay, so biasing circuit, AC coupling and small signal analysis. These few things are important that you should discuss. So I'll be discussing in detail later. Okay, but this analog electronics you will be getting few problems, 6 to 8 questions. So based on your current knowledge, you can take a call. That I am saying. If you are not very comfortable, don't invest more time on BJTs. Just go through the biasing circuit and some part of small signal analysis so that you can solve the problem. How to find the small signal gain. But the pi model, all the things are very difficult. It's not easy to handle. Okay, fine. The next interesting subject that you can look at, that is signals and system. But I don't know how comfortable you are with the signals and system. Can you make a comment please? How comfortable you are with the signals and system? Anyone? Can you solve some problems on Fourier series, Fourier transform, the convolution part, all the things? No? This subject is not that much difficult. Signals and system is very easy subject. Okay, you can start from basics, very fundamental concept, what is signal, what is system. If you don't have clear knowledge, I have made lots of videos on these things, and regularly we are getting more problems, 6 to 7 problems from signals and systems. Okay, so these problems could be solved in time. It is not taking more time. Sometimes Fourier series, Fourier transform, within a second we can solve the problems. In Fourier series, sometimes it is asked that whether the series, one expression is given, it is a periodic or not. It's very easy. What is the fundamental frequency of that signal? This kind of thing. Or one signal xt, this Fourier transform is given, x of omega is given. Then one thing, that small x of 2t minus 3, what is the Fourier transform of these things? This kind of simple problems are coming. It's all about some properties of Fourier transform. I have made a complete video on Fourier transform. All the properties of Fourier transform I have considered there. One video will be sufficient for you, okay, to get the Fourier transforms, to solve any problem from Fourier transform. Just go through that video, you will be able to solve any problem from Fourier transform, continuous time Fourier transform. This is very, very useful. So at least Fourier series, Fourier transform, these two things you need to understand. Okay, from here you will be getting 2 questions almost. Then question is that whether you can go to discrete time signals or not. DTFT, DFT, all the things. Okay, these things are easy to compute. I am saying that it is easy to compute. First you need to understand LTI system, the convolution, mostly the convolution part. How to compute convolution? Suppose if you have two gate signal, and if you take convolution, what would be the shape? Can you do it quickly? Do you have that kind of knowledge? Okay. Then how to, if two discrete sequences are given, how to take convolution? Okay, that table methods, that one you can easily use it, and you can compute within a second. So these are not difficult thing to find convolution for continuous time or discrete time signals. If you spend some time, you will be able to do it. Okay, if you are not comfortable right now. So I'll advise you, focus on convolution. Try to solve more problems on convolution. Collect several problems and solve it. Okay, once it is done, then you can go for DTFT and DFT and Z transform. Z transform also easy. I have made lots of problems on Z transform, DTFT, all those things. And difficult problems also I have discussed there. Sometimes some difficult problems are coming, so you have to be prepared for that. If time is there, then only you can go for that, otherwise you can leave it. Okay, but at least convolution, Fourier series, Fourier transform, these few things you need to understand. You should not avoid. You will be getting lots of problem from here. And sometimes frequency response, steady state response from system point of view. So one system is given, suppose this kind of simple systems are given, and here some AC signals are given. So 2 sine 10t is given. What is the corresponding output here? And that is the steady state output. So if you have some knowledge on signal sense system or circuit theory, you will be able to do it. It's not a difficult task. Okay. So I'll suggest you not to avoid signal sense systems. This topic is more relevant. 6 to 7 questions are coming from here. Still 100 days are there. You can invest 10 to 15 days at least for this part, these signals and systems. Try to get some confidence on convolution part, Fourier series, Fourier transform, and then DTFT, DFT part. It's over. Okay. So next one is the contour system. That is most scoring subject. Okay, this subject is one of the scoring subject. So here, and this topic, maximum students, they are feeling it is, they are comfortable with this one. Okay, if you are a regular viewers of these channels, then you will understand that we have made few problems on these topics. So here, just if you have certain knowledge on block diagram reduction technique, signal flow graph, okay, then you can start with. So from here you can start with. So maximum questions are coming from this transient response and steady state analysis of LTI systems. So okay, the peak time, the overshoot, and okay, maximum overshoot kind of things, rise time, those questions are coming regularly, and that is almost formula based kind of thing. So you can solve it very, very quickly. So don't avoid this part. From here you can easily solve 1 or 2 problem, transient part. Okay, the rise time, peak time, maximum overshoot. Okay, so steady state TSS, those things you can compute is easily for second order system kind of things. So try to focus on this thing, and then come to this one, Routh-Hurwitz criteria. It is very simple technique to find stability. Okay, and from stability criteria only from stability, means the pole zero locations. You understand that if all the poles are not on this right hand side, if all are here only, left hand side of S plane, it's a stable system. So stability is important. How to check stability if poles and zeros are given? And here the marginal stability, that is the important concept. Conditional stability. So these two concepts, marginal and conditional stability, when you will get these things, if the poles on zeros, poles are on the imaginary axis, that you need to understand. Okay, but if they are in more than one number in the same place, then it will become unstable. When it will become stable, when it becomes unstable, you should understand these things. Okay, so from stability you will be getting only one problem. Every year we have noticed these things. Then questions are coming regularly from root locus and border plot, and sometimes Nyquist plot, this one. So border plot, root locus, Nyquist plot, these three, at least two questions you will be getting. So are you comfortable with these three techniques? If you are not, try to invest some time on these three techniques. Root locus is easy one. Okay, I have solved 3 problems on root locus technique, border plot as well as Nyquist plot. Please go through that one, and I will make some videos, theoretical concept in some videos on those 3 techniques. You can focus on that. Okay, and this part, state variable part, is little bit complicated. If you don't have any idea right now, I'll advise you not to touch. Okay, but if you have some good concept, some concept on state variable model, okay, these things, x dot equals to ax plus bu in this form, and y equal to cx plus du. If you understand this thing, what is the state variables and how to solve it, and there the main question is coming, controllable, observable. Whether this state variable model is controllable or observable. So these two, if you can understand, it's sufficient for you. This controllable and observable. Okay. So if you have some idea on state variable model, then try to understand these two and solve few problems on these things. It is fine. Okay. Fine. So if you have any doubt, you can ask me. I can give the answer later. So next one, the digital electronics, that most students, they are thinking that it is very simple. It's easy for them. Yes, it's subjective wise, it is easy. More you can go through. Okay. So first thing is that Boolean algebra. You need to understand this Boolean algebra and K-map. These two things, if you understand well, then some problem you can solve it. Okay. Then logic gates. I am not saying that digital logic gates designed by transistors, all those things. That will be also interesting one. But different kind of logic gates. Okay. Combinatorial logic gates designed with CMOS or BJTs. That is also important. You should need to, but this part is very easy. So I have made one video on that, logic gates designed by BJTs. Just looking at the circuit, you can identify what kind of, suppose this kind of thing. If this is the circuit, this is your VCC, this is your input signal A, and this is B. And what kind of gate it is? Just looking at this one, we can say that what kind of gate it is. Can you tell me what is the gate? Anyone? This is nothing but a NOT gate. It's a complement. Just looking at the circuit, we can identify. Okay? Or sometimes this kind of, this is grounded, this is grounded, this is one resistance, and from here you are taking output. This is one A, this is B. So what is the expression for V0? That's very easy, very easy. Just looking at, I have already mentioned this thing in my video. here you will be getting A or B, and at the end you will be getting complement. Okay, don't miss this thing. So it will take 1 second or few seconds to find the expression for the output for logic gates implemented by transistors. I have given clear logic on that. Go through that one. Resistor transistor logic family that I have made it. Okay, go through these things. I'll be making more videos on sequential circuit. So mostly flip-flops. You need to understand flip-flops. And here the main important thing is that with the flip-flops, how to design those counters. So questions are coming on counters, shift register, all those things. And that is not very easy sometimes. Some complicated, and it is also time consuming. So if you have a good concept on flip-flops, then only you can tackle these things. Otherwise you can avoid this one. Okay. But arithmetic circuit is easy. Multiplexer is easy one. You should not avoid multiplexer and decoder. You should understand this one. Okay. And this part, if you don't have sufficient time, you can avoid it. And if you have done already, it's fine. You can revise it. Sometimes you are getting some questions, but this part is useful. ADC and DAC. So one questions are coming from A to D and D to A converter, and those questions are not very difficult. So try to focus on this A to D and D to A converter at least. Okay. Very few techniques are there. Arc to arc ladder circuit, or A to D converters, some flash type, all those things. Okay. It's very easy. How many op-amps will be required? Like that. That kind of questions are coming. Okay. Sometimes difficult questions are coming, but if easy questions are coming, you will be able to tackle it. So don't miss that part. A to D and D to A converter. So you can make a note on those things, whatever I am discussing. You can focus on those topics only first. And again. Try to revise these ideas again and again, instead of going through all the courses. Then you will be comfortable and you will get the confidence. Okay, you can do some things. Okay, if you can answer 60% of questions, 60 to 70% questions, I think it is sufficient for you. You will get a good marks. And if you leave some parts, if you are a little bit choosy one, then also you can get 60 to 70%, 30% you can leave it. But whatever topics you are focusing on, from that topic you can solve all the questions. If you are master on that topics, that is a good idea, instead of going through all the topics. Okay, that is my suggestion. So it is up to you which topic you will decide, because it depends on your current knowledge. Because only 100 days are there, you can't understand the very new topics. If it is totally new to you, I will tell you that don't take that subject right now. Better you can avoid this thing. Suppose EM theory part, this part. So how do you find this EM theory part? So maximum students, they are facing difficulties in EM theory. Okay. Are you comfortable with EM theory? Okay. You can let me know in comment section. So here, if you don't have clear idea about the electric field, magnetic field, especially the Gauss law. So where you will Gauss law, this is most important concept you need to understand. Ampere circuital law. Okay. So these two things, the first one, Biot-Savart law. Okay. So these three things you need to understand before coming to this Maxwell equation. Because Maxwell equation is one. From here we can get most of the questions, but First you need to understand these three topics well: Gauss law, Ampere-Circuital law, Biot-Savart law. Then come to the Maxwell equation, and from there boundary value problem. Lots of problems are coming. Problems are coming regularly. Pointing vectors, questions are coming regularly. Wave equations, the velocity, they will ask you what is the velocity of these things, direction of this one, propagation. Very simple questions are coming, but if you have certain idea, then only you will be able to tackle it. Otherwise it will be difficult for you. Then question is the plane waves there, this part is useful, reflection and refraction. The questions are regularly coming from this one. Polarization is another important topic. Okay, so if you have certain idea, then you will be able to solve it. So this one, what kind of polarization it is there, right? Circular polarization, linear polarization, so that you can find it very quickly, but you should have proper knowledge on that, otherwise it won't be doing these things. Okay, but I'll advise you this topic, you should not avoid this topic, at least transmission line. Still time is there. If you have not started, still I am asking you that try to go through this transmission line part. One questions are coming, few questions, at least one questions are coming on this transition line. Just you need to understand how to characterize this transition line and their characteristic impedance, how it is related. Then the impedance matching concept, okay, star matching, and at the end rectangular waveguides. Circular waveguide is not required, rectangular waveguide. And rectangular waveguide, so if you don't understand the full theory, try to understand at least the formula based on what is the cutoff frequency. That equation, if you can understand, you may get one question from that only. Sometimes TM wave, TEM wave, their patterns, electric field pattern, magnetic field patterns are coming, but those are not easy. So if you can understand clearly well, then only you will be able to solve it. So I will be making some videos on those topics later on, but it will take some time. Okay. And if you have some idea on dipole, questions are coming on antennas and linear antenna arrays, this part is useful. Linear antenna arrays, end fire and broadside. These two kind of antenna arrays you should understand. You will be getting questions. And figure of 8 pattern, how to get figure of 8 pattern, radiation pattern. Okay, so some books I can refer you, Jordan Ballman, you can go for these things, or Sadikyu, or simple Sadikyu book, that you can refer for this part. Okay, for Jordan Ballman is an excellent book for this EM theory. Okay, but don't try to go to the theory part, try to solve the problems directly, because time is not there, only 100 days are there, don't waste your time. Okay, then how do you feel about this communication? Okay, sometimes good questions are coming from communication, but these questions are maximum times there it is difficult. It's not easy to answer the questions on these topics. So I'll advise you, if you have not touched this topic till now, you can avoid this one fully. Okay, and if you have some knowledge, if you have some good concept on signals and system, all those things, then you can start this analog modulation, demodulation, AM, FM, and super heterodyne receiver. This part is little bit easy to consider. That you can, super heterodyne receiver is the image frequency, all those things are asked. Very simple thing. What is the image frequency, all those things. Okay, very easy concept. The mixer, everything you need to understand there. And AM, FM, very simple questions are coming. AM, FM, equations will be given, and that equations, whether it's a AM modulated or FM modulated, narrowband FM or the AM signal. Okay, people will be confused a little bit sometimes. So this part is important. AM, in AM, what is the power, transmitted power? That kind of questions are coming. The transmission bandwidth. Okay, so power transmission and the bandwidth. These are two important concepts in analog communication. So you need to understand DSB-SC, double sideband suppressed carrier, and double sideband with carrier. Then you should go for single sideband. Their Hilbert transform is important topic. You need to understand how we are getting the equations for single sideband. And then VSB, just you need to understand that VSB the bandwidth. It is more than SSB and less than DSB. So double sideband, the bandwidth requirement is double of the message bandwidth. SSB is the same message bandwidth. VSB is within the W and 2W. Okay, and FM bandwidth, the Carson for thumbs rule, that you need to understand, and you can easily find out this one. Okay, and modulation index, maximum times this question is coming. What is the modulation index? Equation is given, just find out modulation index. It's not very difficult task. Okay, or figure is modulated waveform is given. You need to understand what kind of modulation index it is there, range. Is it okay? It's very easy. It's not that much difficult thing. So please go through this part, AM FM part, super heterodyne receiver part. You will be able to solve few problems. So give at least 5 to 6 days on this topic. You will be getting it. And I will be making some videos on this topic as well. Okay. But this part I will ask you to avoid. Okay. It's not easy one to handle this ML detections, match filter. But match filter, only this part is sometimes is good. So if you understand that how to compute the response of match filter, no theory part. So if you are comfortable with the convolution things, you can solve few problems on match filters. So if your signal system part is clear, so match filter problem you will be able to solve it. Just try to find out what is the impulse response of match filters. Okay, that's all. And very easy to find out the shape for the output waveform of the match filter. So I will be making some videos on match filters. You can go through. In one day, if you can go through, you will understand everything and you will be able to solve it. And we are not getting frequently the questions from Hamming code, CRC code, all those things. So I won't advise you to spend more times on error correction coding, Hamming code, CRC code, everything. So if you don't know, avoid it. Okay? Fine. So next one, the last one that I am discussing this thing, semiconductor physics or devices, semiconductor devices. Okay? If you have good control on your mathematics, okay, if you understand the mathematics well, the Fermi level, do you understand Fermi level well? Okay, this is the first thing. If you understand Fermi level, from that only questions are coming. P-type semiconductor, N-type semiconductor, Fermi level will be close to the P side, conduction band or Valence band. What is this? Those things you need to understand first. Okay, the band gap, everything. Then the diffusion current and drift current, mobility, these things will be coming. Okay, mostly the intrinsic concentration level is given. Then doping is considered NP. Okay, so P-type semiconductor or this type of consideration is there, hole concentration and electron concentration. That you can calculate. So it's very simple. One relation is there. So NP into NE, I can say equal to NI square. So that relation if you use, easily we can find out for the doped semiconductor what will be the electron level or hole levels. So those things you do not miss. It is a formula based kind of thing. If you don't understand theory, at least try to get the equations and try to solve few problems on that. You will be able to solve it without knowing much details mathematics behind that. If you don't know, nothing required. Just take the equations and try to solve it. Okay. So that's how PN junction. Sometimes the questions are coming from PN junctions. The band gap or band diagram is given. Okay. From the band diagram, you need to understand which is the correct band diagram for the PN junctions, giant diode, BJT, all those things. But those are not easy one. You can leave it. Okay. So I have discussed all the subjects in a nutshell. You can go through this thing again and again one more time. Try to make a note on those topics. Which topics are most useful? You should at least understand. And then based on your current knowledge, you should take a call. Again and again I am saying. So I can advise anything, but it is up to you. You should understand your potential. Which subject you are most comfortable. Right now focus on those subjects first. Try to make it excellent. Okay. Try to solve more problems on those comfortable subjects. Then you will take, if time permits, you will take one more subject. Okay. But within these 100 days, so next maximum 40 to 50 days, you can learn the new things. Okay. Still time is there. After 40 to 50 days, you can take your time to collect some new informations. So here I have discussed all the topics. From which topics generally problems are coming. Try to focus on those topics. Try to get the knowledge on those things. You can just email me, or you can write in the comment sections that which part you are facing most difficulty. I'll try to make those videos. Okay. And if I'll be making more videos for my channel members in a regular way. Every week 2 to 3 videos I'll be making. Okay. And one live lectures will be there for my channel members. And just rupees 399 per month is, I don't think it is a huge thing. It is a very nominal one. Just only for 3 months or 4 months are there. So if you can invest 3 months for this 399, and if you can increase your marks by 10 times, it's most efficient thing. This money is not that much, okay, huge. Only 1,000 or 1,500 kind of things you can invest. But I'll give you the guarantee that at least 20 to 30 marks you will get more if you follow my lectures. If you follow all my videos, mostly I'll be discussing the problems and few theories I'll be discussing. But if you go through all the problem sessions regularly, 100 days are there. Every day if you go through at least one video, I am 100% sure you'll be getting at least 20 to 30 marks more. Okay. Suppose in your current knowledge, if you get 30 marks, then it could be increased to 60 marks if you follow my lectures. I'll give you all the tips how to solve the problems very quickly, how to handle the problems. So it is up to you whether you will go for that thing or not, but you will be getting some videos in my normal channel also, but there mostly I'll be discussing theories. But those theories may not be useful right now because only 3 months are there. I won't advise you to go through the theories part. Don't invest 1 hour time just to get some information. Try to solve more problems. That is my suggestion. Okay. And while you will be solving more problems, you will be getting the ideas. And your idea will be clear, your knowledge will be clear. Okay. So try to solve more problems. And if you face any difficulty to solve problems, you can tell me. I'll help you to get the solutions. That thing I can tell you. Okay. So I hope you have got the idea, and I am with you. I'll be with you till the exams. Okay, until exams are there, I'll be till making videos in contact with you. Okay, so just go for join button, membership functions, try to join it. It will be useful. So I won't get too much money. I am not, so money I have, this little money I have made it, kept it, so that some interested students will only join, not all the students. I want some serious students, they will join with me, and I want 30 to 40 students, not more than that. I'll try to make them suitable for this GATE exam. I'll make you ready for the GATE exam. Or I need only 30 to 40 students. Okay? If you want to join, let me know. And if you face any difficulty to join, then also let me know. I'll be with you. Okay? If you have any question, you can ask me right now. Otherwise, I can stop here. It is almost 1 hour. And I'll be adding lots of videos. So who is there till now? It's good that you have listened me till the end. Please be serious. Try to understand these topics well and try to solve more problems. And try to solve the PYQ problems. PYQ are the most, means previous year's questions. Try to focus on these things rather than taking some problems from here and there. So if you can solve the PYQ problems, it is sufficient for that. Okay? And I'll be giving you lots of problems, don't worry. Very unique problems sometimes I'll be giving you. So if you can solve those things, it will be fine for you. Okay? I think it is fine. Do you have any question? Anybody? No question? So if you have some question, please let me know. I'll address later on. I'll give you some reply. Okay. So it is about 1 hour. I have discussed on the things. So if you have joined late, please go through the video, full video. You will get good concept. What you need to understand, which topic you need to focus on. I have discussed in detail. Okay. Please go through this part. So thanks for joining. Okay.